talk about sex, baby. That was so cringy. Anyway, hey, what's up you guys? I'm Mina. Welcome to my channel, Mina Reads, and today we're going to be talking about the sexiest books that I read in 2019 because I read a lot of romance and a lot of smut, and honestly I feel like I don't talk about that enough on my channel. I definitely talk about the romance aspect, but I feel like I don't talk about like the sexiness factor. And so I'm going to tell you guys about the sexiest things that I personally read in 2019. So the first book that I want to mention is Once Ghosted, Twice Shy by Alyssa Cole. And this is about two women who meet like on a dating app, and one of them ghosts the other, and then it's about them like rekindling their connection. So the reason that this book is on the list, despite maybe the sex scenes not being all that prominent, although they are there and they are hot, I think that the way that Alyssa Cole writes, like the passion and the connection between these two women is so palpable. Like the romantic and sexual tension between the two characters is brilliantly done. And the next one that I want to tell you guys about is called His Cocky Cellist by Cole McCade. I hate that title. That title is so ugly to me, but this book is really interesting. It's like a BDSM romance, and it's about this billionaire and like his masseuse basically, but his masseuse is femme named Amani, and Amani is like Moroccan, and I just love Amani so much, and Amani is his dom, and like honestly it's really iconic in so many different ways. And I love Cole McCade. I think he writes really intense sex scenes. I think that the way that he writes them, it feels like sometimes it feels really intimate, like to the point where you feel like maybe I shouldn't be watching this. Like you feel a little bit voyeuristic reading it, but honestly it's amazing the way that he writes his scenes, and I would definitely recommend that if you want like a billionaire romance, if you like BDSM stuff, and if you are interested in male romance and you're looking for some own voices content, read Cole McCade's work. So then I'm gonna mention Only for a Night by Naima Simone. This is just like a short story or like a novella about this woman. She goes to a sex club looking for sex, obviously, and the sex club is run by like her childhood best friend, and he sees her there and he's like, on God, we're gonna get you some dick, sis. And honestly, the book is really iconic for that. Like it just goes straight into it, and it's a little bit of like side plot angst stuff going on, but the sex scenes in this book are off the charts. They're so hot, and honestly this woman, she was bold and audacious, and I love that for her. Absolutely love that for her. She really knew what she wanted and she got it, so good for her. Good for her. So then I want to tell you guys about Determining Possession by Christina C. Jones. We all know that I love Miss Christina C. Jones, and I actually think that all of her books tend to be really sexy. She writes amazing sexual tension and chemistry between her characters, so all of her books are sexy, honestly. But the reason I want to mention this one to you guys is because I was obsessed with this male hero. Most of the time when I read a romance, like the way to really sell me on it is I have to fall in love with at least one of the characters, you know what I'm saying? And like I fell in love with both of them. Like the main characters, Wilhelmina and Ramsey, were amazing, so I love them both, and I would love to be in a relationship with either of them or both of them. That would be iconic. But Ramsey, he was something else. He was, I mean, like his energy, I don't know. And he was short. You know how sexy you have to make a character for me to be interested in them, and they're short? Like Christina's Impact. Honestly, their scenes are all iconic. You ever read a sex scene and you're like, you know what, good for her, I'm so happy for her. Like sometimes I read sex scenes and that's how I feel, but reading this one I was like, that should be me. Like that should be me. I wish that was me. How can I make that me? Who can do this for me? Like that's how that book had me feeling, so definitely recommend it. Also, it's Friends to Lovers Excellence, so you need to read it anyway, but like the sex scenes and the tension and Ramsey himself, like a short king, we love him and we stand. Okay, so then we also have A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. This book is really weird. It's like a gothic romance thing, and it's about all these 20-somethings, and they're living in this weird house, and they're all very horny and in love with each other, and that's basically the plot. There's also like a little side mystery, but honestly none of that matters. It's all a setup for all of these horny 20-somethings to live in a house together. Love that for Sierra Simone. I've never read a book that was just so like unabashedly horny, and also they have like this ritualistic orgy, and like we have to stand. It was weird, but it was kind of sexy. Like, I fucked with it. Oh, the last book that I'm going to tell you guys about is Zany by Rebecca Witherspoon, and this is like a marriage of convenience book. This girl, she's trying to get her inheritance and she has to be married to this guy. The reason that this book is iconic is because both of the protagonists are bisexual. We love bi rep, means the world to me as a bi woman. This book, the connection between the two characters is like so palpable, and I love that. Honestly, they just have like a really good chemistry as a couple, and all their interactions are so funny and sweet, and I just love them in general. But Zany and her love interest Mason, the levels of iconery that they reach when they have their sex scenes, the most iconic, most important part, the reason that this is the piece de resistance of this video is because Mason, the male love interest, gets pegged. Absolutely iconic. Like, I've never read about pegging in a book, and Rebecca Witherspoon, she outsold every other erotic romance writer writing that scene. Like, they need to get on her level. You all need to read it. The book is also really fun. It's a little bit like soap opera-y, but in a good fun way. But the sex, girl. Anyway, that's all the sexiest books that I read in 2019. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any sexy book recs. I would love to hear about them. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, you guys.